Welcome back to Steeler Nation Australia. Guys, well, that was a crazy day. The Pittsburgh Steelers have their 53-man roster. But today, guys, in today's video, I wanted to try and tackle, just like Devin Bush is not tackling at the moment, I wanted to try and tackle the idea around the practice squad because I know bits about it, but I'm going to go to SB Nation and I'm going to link the article. Actually, yesterday I didn't link the article, but today I will. I'm going to link the article in the description and I'm going to tackle this idea of the practice squad. The reason being why I'm doing it now at my nighttime is because tomorrow, when this video starts to come out, I will be dead asleep and I can't react to the practice squad, so we might as well make a pre-reaction. Is that a word? It's not a word. Pre-reaction to the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go with that. Now let's find out what exactly the practice squad is. So if I go to my little mate here, scroll back up. Sorry for your eyes, right? NFL practice squad explain rules, pay, roster limit, stuff like that. Now I'm not going to read all of it. I'm not going to read the origin. Apparently, it was from Paul Brown and Cleveland Browns in 1946, and it had a 33-man roster. They were called the Taxi Squad. That's quite interesting. However, I'm going to just point out some key things with this article and key things about the practice squad and what to expect today. Right? How big is the squad? At first, it was limited to 5, then 10, and now 12, and the COVID stuff happened. So it's 16 in 2022. So the Steelers can pick up 16 players, and I'm pretty sure they can pick up any players from throughout the league, like anyone. It doesn't need to be the guys they just cut. It can be anyone around the league. But later on the video, I'll be focusing on players who I want the Steelers to keep, who they just cut. All right. So it says here they're pretty much like a scout team. You know, they're a practice squad. They go against the defense or a scout team. All right. How much do they make? Players with 2 or less seasons make 11,000 per week. That's okay. While veterans make 15 to 19,000 a week. Right. So it's not a big deal, but it's still a bit of coin for playing football and practicing against the real players. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to stuff up later on in this video. Are there any restrictions on who can be put on the practice squad? Right. And it goes on to say this, and this is quite complicated. Oh boy. Yes. And here things get a little complicated, right? I don't know that I know this stuff. Oh, man. Because once again, it's based on experience out of the 16 players, right? That the practice squad can have. It says any number of players here. If you guys can see me highlight, I don't know if you can see that, right? Any number of players who have not accrued at least 9 games in the NFL season. Now, I don't know if that's starting, uh, or if that's just playing. Okay. So any number of players who have not accrued at least 9. So yeah, right. Up to 4 players who have accrued no more than 2 NFL seasons. Okay. So 4 players up to at least 2 seasons. And that's it. So you can't have 5 players who have played 3 seasons. That's what it sounds like to me. Up to 6 players with no limitations on experience. Isn't that amazing, right? So you've got any number of players. So you have 10 players who have wait a minute, any number of players who have not accrued at least 9 games. Okay. So 9 games and that's it. I think. And then up to 6 players with no limitations on experience. So it seems like when players get cut around the league, that up to 6 players with no limitations. So they could be a veteran for 5, 6, 7 years. That's how I think of it, right? Now, this one I do understand. 4 players can be protected each week. So they can't be signed by another team off their practice squad, right? However, any unprotected player may be signed to a 53-man roster at any time. There you go. Now, it gives some examples, right, that were stashed away on the practice squad. Danny Amendola, Arian Foster for the Texans, Brandon Marshall, Jason Peters, Kurt Warner, okay, for the Cardinals. And that's it. But what I'm going to do, guys, for the next 3 or 4 minutes is I'm going to talk about who I want the Steelers to pick up from from the potential from the cuts they made today. Only Steeler players, like guys like Tyler Vaughns and stuff like that. All right. So right now, I'm going to talk about who I want the Steelers to keep from their 90-man roster, essentially. Let's try and choose 16 players for the practice squad. Now, I do understand that in the NFL, there's a ton of players that are being cut over the previous day. I'm not focusing on the other NFL players. I'm only putting my attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers that were cut. So let's go through my 16 players that I think will make the practice squad. And when I say think, man, I really have no idea. So please don't yell at me like I said before. Just don't yell at me, okay? Just chill out. Just chill out and have some fun. All right. I think it's going to be Chris Oladukin, Joe Haig, John LeGlue, and Trent Scott. I like the play of Joe Haig, and I also like the play of John LeGlue in the preseason. I'm no expert on the O line, but I did like the play. Now, Chris Oladukin, I thought he deserved a fair shot in the preseason. He didn't get that. I feel like the Steelers are going to bring him back. And Trent Scott is just a big dude. I think he might make it too. All right. Next. Kevin Radar, McFarland, Tyler Vaughns, Cody White. Cody White, his dad works for the organization. He's making it. He's making it to the practice squad. Tyler Vaughns went off in the preseason, man. He was crazy. Number 80 looked cool out there, like Plexico Burris. He's going to make it. Anthony McFarland, Kevin Radar, I also think will make the practice squad. McFarland is a fantastic runner and returner, and Kevin Radar is a big unit playing tight end and can play special teams and knock people around. He's a good blocker. I believe those 8 dudes will make it. Next, I think Carlos Davis, Khalil Davis. First of all, shout out again to the biggest hit of the year. Khalil Davis knocking out the Seahawk was fantastic. Number 68. Henry Mondow and newly signed, or was signed, safety. They signed Elijah Riley for what, 3 hours? Like he was there. I think the Davis brothers make it. I think Henry Mondow makes it as well. But also got to premise the fact that, like I said before, with a complication with the rules, I don't know if all 12 players so far can make it based off those rules. I just like the players. All right, let's go into the last 4 and then we'll call it a day. Then you guys can start your day. It's your morning, I'm pretty sure. All right, here we go, Steelers and change. Marcus Allen, Buddy Johnson, Delonte Scott, Justin Lane. I get a feeling that Justin Lane's coming back. He knows the system. He's been playing cornerback for a long time. What, 3 years now? 3 or 4 years, whatever it is. Marcus Allen, it doesn't matter what you do to this guy. He's like a bloody cockroach. He finds a way to make the team. He's always around. I believe the Steelers aren't giving up on Buddy Johnson. I don't think they give up. I don't think they give up that easy on Buddy Johnson. And the last guy I chose, Delonte Scott. If you go back and watch the preseason games again, you'll see number 50 flying around, playing with heart, playing with passion, something that Devin Bush hasn't got. Maybe Devin Bush has got the skill. Yeah, okay. But I did like the play of Delonte Scott. And of course, the number 50 is awesome, right? Not too sure if they would allow Scott to use 50 in the regular season, but I got a feeling that these 4 players will also make the practice squad. Now, let me bring it back and close out the show. Guys, I have zero idea what I'm talking about. I just chose 16 players based off the Pittsburgh Steelers cuts. There is a big chance, the Steelers can go out to the NFL and sign any players from all around the league. We might see the Steelers sign 12 or 10 or 12 players of their own. We might see the Steelers go out there and sign 4, random players from other squads who've been let go. Okay, that may happen. It might be where they sign 6 players from around the league in the NFL and they sign 10 that are at home. I don't know who they're going to sign, but I just wanted to get a prediction episode out there because I probably can't do a breaking news episode on this. So let's see if I'm right. I will be releasing this in your American morning, and let's see if I get any right. I got a feeling I'll get 10 right. I think I'll get 10 out of 16. Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out Steel Nation Australia. To my new subs, thank you as well. To everyone who supports me, thank you. You're all bloody legends, and you I almost swore you bloody know it, all right? You're all bloody legends, and I appreciate you guys a lot. As always,